I grab him, I struggle, and I push him back and back and back, and then slowly, with one brutal shove, I topple him out. It was war, ladies. A man's war. By this time, the plane is in a nosedive. I grabbed the wheel, straightened her out, and landed behind our own lines. Then what do you think happened?
You wrote to your mother.
There I was in an enemy plane. So naturally, my own men didn't recognize me. They opened fire. I stood up and waved with bullets dodging bullets left and right. I stood up and waved. But in those pajamas, not a soul knew who I was.
Where?
Not a soul knew who I was. Just at that moment, Suzette dashed up with the morning milk. She took one look at those pajamas. "It's Major Story," she screamed. And 2 days later, I got word that Eddie had bagged another plane. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is a story of how a pair of pajamas saved the life of a hero.
Mr. Story, will you pardon an interruption?
Not at all. Not at all, sir.
I was attached to the 94th Squadron at Chateau Thierry,
What's that?
and I don't seem to recall you.
You don't, huh? Well, suppose we make it mutual, sir. I don't seem to recall you.
That's strange, isn't it?
Well, there were a lot of mechanics and roustabouts attached to our squadron that I made it a point not to know. The social line was finally drawn in the old 94th.
I hope you don't force me to denounce you as an imposter, Story.
Oh, don't be an old copycat. I've already denounced you as an imposter.
I think this is a terrible thing for Mr. Benton to do.
So do I. Mr. Benton, you may leave the table.
Tut-tut. We may as well have this out right now.
Just a moment, please. As Mr. Story's manager, I naturally resent this slur.
I should think you would.
And as such an argument is far beneath Mr. Story's dignity, I'm taking the entire matter in my own hands. With your permission, Mr. Story.
Leave it to him.
As you will, Lane.
Your insinuations, sir, are quite petty, to say the least. Mr. Story is a man who does big things in a big way.
You mean says big things in a big way.
There's only one way for two great aviators like yourself and Mr. Story to settle this, and that is in the air. Therefore, as Mr. Story's manager, I beg to announce that he will pilot the Blue Star in the race on Saturday as your opponent.
You beg to do what?
Well, I'm sorry to trouble you with such a small thing, Mr. Story.
I should think you would be.
I'm sure that this flight will silence forever, will definitely end this controversy.
Yeah, I know it will.
Satisfactory to you, Mr. Benton?
Quite.
You're a darling.
I'm proud of you, boy.
Oh, it's wonderful. Wonderful. Haven't you anything to say?
Yes. Remind me to write to my mother.
Everything's great, wonderful, marvelous, magnificent.
You're crazy. Get the other half. Back there, quick.
The other half of what?
The other half of me.
Look out, Dad. Oh, help yourself a little.
Oh, Jack. Oh.
Well, there's nothing the matter with you. You're in fine shape.
Yeah, look at my shape. I'm all warped, bent, broke.
Oh, I'm too happy to worry about that. I got everything straightened out tonight.
Yeah, well, then straighten me out. Look out. Oh.
How's that?
That's better.
She loves me.
Who loves you?
Ruth?
Oh, yeah? Well, I love you, too. I'm mad about you. Kiss me.
Listen, all we've got to do is to win that race.
Oh, that's all we've got to do, huh?
That's all.
Well, that's enough. I'm through.
Oh, no, you're not.
Oh, yes, I am. You got me into a fine mess.
I got you into a mess.
Sure.
Whose pajamas won the war? Who brought down 97 planes? Why, if I hadn't made all your lies good, they'd have run you out of town.
Oh, yeah? Well, I can run out of town without their help. Watch me.
Say, don't you think you can leave me flat?
Say, what's the idea? Give me that key.
Not so fast. Anybody can learn how to fly. Why, there's nothing to it. Look at the millions of birds that fly every day. The little birds can do it. Why can't you?
Give me that key.
Listen, I've got everything fixed. There's a mechanic coming over in the morning who's going to show you how to take off.
I found out about that.
Good, then that's all you need to know. This mechanic is going to bring a pilot over from Glendale who's going to ride in the plane with you as a passenger. A weight handicap to Benton. That'll give you a chance to tell more lies, see?
Yes, I see. Now, give me that key.
The minute the plane's off the ground, the pilot will take it over, see? Perfectly safe. And besides, you'll have a parachute.
Don't mention parachutes. God. I'm scared to death of those darn things.
You act like a baby. You don't want Peggy to know you're a coward, do you?
Oh, I don't care.
Why, of course you care. You're crazy about her, and she's crazy about you.
Well, I can't do her any good dead, can I?
Sure you can.
How?
The insurance.
Insurance? What insurance?
That's all fixed. We're taking out some insurance. The doctors are going to examine you in the morning.
Well, nobody is going to examine me.
The rules of the race require an examination. I'm just killing two birds with one stone.
Well, I can't speak for the other bird, but you can count me out.
I don't think you appreciate how good I am to you. Why, I fixed it so that Peggy's going to get half the insurance money.
Oh, yeah? Well, who's going to get the other half?
Well, I've got to get something out of this.
Oh.
Rollo, open the door. Rollo, open this door. What's the idea? Rollo, open the door.
Watching the moon?
Yes. And I don't need any help. Thank you.
It looks as though you're going to have help. I don't think his mind is on the moon.
Oh, is that so? Ooh, Mr. Story, come on down.
That's what I was doing.
That boy's scared. I'll take a bet he's trying to sneak out on us.
Say, you wouldn't say that to Mr. Story's face.
That's right. Let's hear you say it to my face.
I said that you were...
Never mind.
I said that you were scared to death, that you were trying to sneak out of town.
Ridiculous. Why, you don't think I'd be leaving town without my luggage, do you?
Oh, Robert! Oh, are you hurt?
Lane is always clowning. Cut it out now, Lane.
I'm afraid Howard will have to get another pilot. Good night.